Hey everyone, welcome to the probable fourth boss in the upcoming raid. We're going to go over the strat and the abilities and kind of how to handle them. A raid plan is not very useful for this fight because there's no like tank here, tank here, tank here. It's a lot of individual skill, which can probably cause a lot of issues for a lot of guilds. So we're gonna go over like what to focus on, but if you're trying to prep your guild for this fight, you should really sit down and work with people to understand what's going on. So looking at this raid plan here, um, you're gonna have these. The boss is gonna spawn these trash piles around the room. The raid plan shows the boss tanked here, but this is just like open space. You know, you could take it here and it'd be completely fine. You could probably take it here and be completely fine. So you just want to take it to open space. You don't have to take it here. Now, as you see here, you get small, medium, and crabs, and a big bomb. And these are like the core mechanics in terms of like some of the obstacles in the fight. And then you're gonna have ads on top of that. A lot of the ads don't really do anything, um, except in a way it's like Brood Twister, but not as punishing, where you just have a bunch of ads that just need to die. So let's hop to the VOD and let's look at the beginning of the fight here. So the first thing you're going to notice is that he's working off of an energy bar. So the first part of the fight, you get some free damage on him. Once he hits 100 energy, he's just going to like reset the room and do like a little intermission. So these are just spread circles. Those are important when there's trash out. If you hit the spread circles, you put them on trash, it'll light on fire. It'll give the rated dot. Very bad. So you'll see here, he's put a bunch of trash in the room, and I want you to notice these arrows. These arrows are targeting who's going to get hit by trash. So what these players can do is they're turning around so they can get a good angle off the start, and they're not facing these crabs. These are the crabs I was talking about. They need to be damaged a little bit. Once they're damaged, I think it's about 70%, they're going to jump off and they're going to run at a target, but or at wherever their aggro target is. But it's also to note that knocks and grips and anything is really, 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 really good here. You'll also have these scrap rocket guys. They're really annoying. Kick them and bring them in. And you can see here that the guys are rolling around. There's hyenas. These are another ad. They're just kind of running in. They're getting cleaved. So on and so on. So let's go back to this. So we pointed this out where 4 people get picked, and you saw 2 of them turn around. Now, let's talk about the sizes. You have a small, medium, and large size. In terms, you start out small, but you can get medium and large by running over trashes. But you must be medium size to pick up medium sized trash. And once you're large sized trash, you can pick up everything and you can blow up the bomb. So, general rule of thumb here is you four of any size trash pile. Sorry, 3 sizes: small, medium, large. To get to medium and large, you need to get 4 of any trash. Um, Kind of a min-max here. If you're medium, you can try to avoid some of the small trash to allow, if you're like did it really quickly, to allow other people to get to the bigger sizes easier. I wouldn't overly think this in heroic. This might be like a mythic only like optimization, but keep that in mind. So your goal is to destroy as much trash as possible, and then ram it into the boss. It does percent damage to the boss. You want to avoid crabs, and you want to destroy bombs. There are going to be 2 or 3 bombs every time, so 2 or 3 people need to be doing it. The way we handled it is, if you were like bombs, #1 priority, you click trash, you just say I'm hitting this bomb, you blow it up. Don't like overly milk it, because then you're really playing with fire, literally. Um, Once you're comfortable, just grab the bomb, take it out of the arena in heroic. Again, maybe in mythic you might need to min-max a little more, but you do not need to do that in heroic. There's also the spread mechanic, which we talked about before. If this overlaps with any trash, it'll set it on fire, gives the dot raid really bad. And then there's shooter ads. The Mythic, they are insanely crazy. They'll one-shot people if they finish their cast, but they're super high prio. Just take them out of the fight and end them immediately. One thing I want to note here about this image, these are the selected targets. It's always going to be a tank, I think, and then it's kind of like a mostly DPS and an occasional healer. So whenever the tank got picked, their tank would prioritize picking up ads around the room. What do I mean by that? So those hyenas and those shooting ads and all those ads I pointed out before, not the crabs, they can be picked up by the trash pile and it goes into your trash pile. And when you hit the boss, they all fling out of the trash pile and they take more damage, I think. And it's just they're right under the boss. They die really quickly. So having your tank prior to that is really nice because they can just get aggro. And then having your DPS mostly deal with the bombs is much better. So just wanted to point that out. But we can go in the VOD here. And again, we're going to watch his energy. So you saw those first trash group guys. They took out most of this room, which is really good. You can see the ads are running around. The scrap masters, they're really annoying. This spread mechanic, we don't want to light any trash on fire. And once he hits 100 energy here, he does this little like intermission thing. He's just going to put a bunch more trash on the room. He put bombs out, crabs. You can see they're running around trying to get these crabs past 70 because getting them off the trash is really, really, really important. They need to be cleaved down or under the boss ASAP because if one of these trash balls hits them, they will stop the trash ball. And you can see here that guy was large and he ran into it, and now this guy ran into the boss. He dropped off some ads, and they're just hyenas, and they are getting absolutely destroyed. So again, watching the boss's energy, it's 100. This time he jumps in the middle of the room. They're finishing off any other remaining ads, getting kicks. And he's going to do a drop down. This will one-shot you if you're in it. Does a little knockback. And then it repeats from here. So he's going to get to 100 energy. He's going to put a bunch of trash in the room with his little intermission thing. And it's going to repeat. So you can see here, there's some guys running out with the balls. They're running around hitting the crabs. This guy's going to get this bomb. He pushed it in using high explosive trap. Knocks, grips, CCs, all really, really good here. You can see the CCs stacking up here. A lot of trash got lit on fire, which is really bad. It put a giant dot on the raid. And then we're going to fast forward to the point where he gets it. So they've updated this UI a little since testing, but the general idea here is right now he's small, so he's trying to get 4 small ones. 4. Now he's medium size, and now he can get the medium ones. 2, 3, 4. Now he's large, he can get the bomb. Or he can get literally any of the ads or anything he wants. Ideally he wants the bomb here so the tank gets the ads. So he's trying to get as much trash out of the fight as possible. He was going to loop it and hit the boss, ran out of time. But it's alright. He got a ton of trash. And now the tanks are pinging like, hey, let's get the boss out of this fire. So spread out here. Don't put any fire. Oh, come on. Some guy dropped the circle there on the fire. It got lit on fire. And these scrap masters are jumping around doing this cast. They just need to die. And it repeats over and over and over. So he gets it again. He runs out. He's going to look for 4 small ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now he can get mediums. Or really anything. And now he's just going to get as much trash as possible. Get it out of the fight. And probably run into this bomb here. Or that guy might do it. Nope, he's going to do it. So he's going to run. So he milked this, which, again, like I don't think you need to do. The tank threw everything under the boss. This needs to be knocked in. There you go. But a bomb did go off somewhere else in the room. This is why milking is bad. And the raid's going to bleed out here because of it. Again, probably livable through one as you see, but it becomes a disaster. So that is really the fight, and it just repeats until you kill the boss. One thing to note is rolling over player stuns them for a second. It was really toxic, so if you're rolling a ball, just be careful. And then talking about the mythic mechanics, like briefly, um, so experimental power cores can emerge from the landfill, and then just link to a random player, storing damage in them, giving them a stack, um, and it just like charges into them. Um, so I believe they need to be killed. I'm not 100%. I don't 100% remember. I'd have to look at a VOD, but that'd be very easy to look up. The other mechanic is those scrap masters. Instead of doing that like kicking cast that people were interrupting, they do this like lock-on cast, and they will literally just one-shot a target if they get off their cast in 10 seconds. So they take absolute 100% prior damage at all times when they are out. Other than that, that Strix. Hopefully this is helpful. Everything will be linked in the comments below. Um, and that's all I got. Good luck.